Hey folks, welcome to chapter 12, step number 5, the footer and the copyright sections. That's what we're going to take a look at updating today. Let's go to our web editor. Now the footer and the copyright, they're both library pages. So what we're going to do is preview one of our pages that use those components, which is all the pages in the site actually. So we can pick any page. We'll just pick on the index page for now. Preview that in Firefox, and I can show you what we're going to be updating, as well as having this page open so we can watch our progress as we do it. So we're going to take a look at updating the copyright down below, and the quick links, the Let's Get Social, and the Get in Touch. So just a quick overview of what these three things are. It's an H3 tag with a bullet list, H3 tag, paragraph, and 5 icons, an H3 tag, a paragraph, and then another bullet list. And this is a special bullet list that uses icons for each of these different sections, and it's an address, a phone number, an email link, and a web contact. You can change these icons. We'll show you how to do that in the advanced tutorials. But for now, if you want to stick with sort of the basics, I'm just going to show you how to update what we have already put in there for you. So let's zip over to our editor, and let's open up our library folder and our footer folder. So let's start with the copyright, and that's the easiest one. Double click to open. It's just text on a page. Type your new text, save, and you're done. All right. Next we have the footer left. The footer left is an H3 tag. I like to just put my cursor somewhere on one of these words. Then I select the H3 tag up top and new title or titly bit, whatever you want to call it. Down below we have a regular bullet list. Okay, and we've talked about bullet lists in the tips section and quite often throughout the step-by-step guide. So this is just a regular bullet list. Use the hyperlink properties to change the name of the button and the page that it links to. Then we move on to the center, the footer center here. That's where we're going to move to next. Once again, an H3 tag. To edit that, select the H3 tag up top. New tag, and of course you were saying, well, why don't I just select the text on the page there, dummy, and do it the way I've done it forever and a day, or why can't I just select it like that and new tag? Well, as you've probably seen before in my tips section and whatnot, this is where 99 out of 100 times that works. That one time out of 100, some little leftover snippet of code is left behind in the page in the code view where you can't see it, and that little snippet of code will cause the most headache that you've ever had. So when you go to change an H3 tag or any sort of H tag or a paragraph tag, simply selecting the tag first, verifying that you've selected it by clicking on the quick tag selector up above will guarantee that you change the H3 tag properly. Right, so we changed the H3 tag, we changed the paragraph tag, and then down below we have the Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, MySpace, and we have the RSS feed. If you're not sure how to use these, or you don't need them, well, you can just simply select them, and where it says A, so you go to the image, you go to the A tag, and you press delete on the keyboard. That gets rid of it, and they recenter themselves for you. If you're not sure what they are, just sort of, well, hover over them. And down below here in your editor, it'll sort of tell you where they link to, or double click, and it'll tell you get LinkedIn alternate text. Okay, so that's another way of figuring it out as well. But to update these, you just simply double click, because they're just static old icons. You put your new link in down here, and that's all you really need to do. Okay, so you put your Twitter account link right there, click OK, and it gets updated. If you have an RSS feed, you would just double click on it, type in the link to that feed right in here, and you're good to go there as well. Next we have the footer right. Now the footer right, what I would ask or suggest you do is we've got the H3, change it. Got a paragraph, click change it. Contact information, another paragraph, click to change. Then we get into this bullet list down here. Now I want you to notice something when I click on these different items. If I click on anywhere like 1, 2, 3, up here it says get address. If I go down, get phone. Here we have email, and here we have contact. Each of these list items are styled in a certain way to display that little icon you see right over here. If you remove the style, then the icon won't show up and things are going to start to look a little bit funny. So just be careful when you go to change something in here that you keep the LI tag as address, phone, email, and contact. And if you're thinking, well, how do I do that? Well, just be careful when you select it, right? Try not to backspace anything out and then hit enter to create a new link, because that's not going to work very well. You need to, in this one case, just select the text gingerly and then type in your phone number, 250-744, whatever it happens to be, and make sure that you see or retain the actual class applied to this particular item. Okay. Well, you can change, you don't really need to change the word email, but the links down here, that's where you just use the hyperlink tool and type in the address and the information down here, same thing, hyperlink properties. So it's these two at the top you just want to be a little bit careful with to make sure that you don't knock the address or the phone class or style for that particular bullet list item out of place.